Hi, welcome to Zenica. 32 degrees in the shade. Going to be a tough ask for our wee women tomorrow in their game against Bosnia. But we're not going to look at the football, we're going to look at the team behind the team today, and especially our sports science department.
Okay, I'm joined by Johnny Pedlow, strength and conditioning coach, and Josh Larry, fitness analyst. Johnny, we'll start at the start of the day. What happens first thing with the girls?
Okay, we'll have a bit of a morning monitoring sort of protocol where we'll follow 2 or 3 different things. It starts off with the girls doing a bit of a weigh-in just to check that their weight from day to day is not changing dramatically. Once they've done that, then they've taken a urine sample and we'll put that into an osmometer and just test their hydration level to see basically that they're hydrated properly for the day ahead and to make sure they're taking enough fluids. This acts really as well as an educational thing. We have a lot of young players come into the squad, so it's just teaching them sort of right protocols and how to look after themselves properly in terms of hydration. Once we've finished that, we'll then carry out a quick recovery test with our first beat heart rate technology, which I'll just get Josh to tell you a wee bit about.
Okay, so the quick recovery test is done every morning and it takes 5 minutes. The girls just try and relax as much as possible, usually lying on the ground in a dark room. They use heart rate belts and this measures their heart rate variability, which is actually the time difference between each heartbeat. So this is then generated into a score between 0 and 100%. Anything below 40 or 50% we'll then sort of keep an eye on each player during the training session and give this feedback to the coaches.
Okay, that leads me nicely on to training, Johnny. What actually happens during training?
During training then, we put an emphasis on a thing called pre-activization, which allows the girls a bit of time on their own, 5 to 10 minutes before the general warm-up starts. And that can be a time where they focus on specific maybe areas of tightness or if they've had previous injuries, so doing little things to activate the muscles, maybe stabilise ankle and knee joints depending on maybe injuries or things that they've had previously. That would then lead on to a general warm-up with myself before who else they've taken over. Basically the whole way through the training session we'll monitor that with the first beat again, and Josh will tell you a bit more about how that's done.
Yeah, so again each of the girls have their heart rate belts on. The first beat system uses a live monitoring system, so we can see on the computer screen exactly how hard each person's working during the session. We also use the recovery scores from the morning just to make sure none of the girls who were not well recovered are doing too much or doing too little during the session. And then once again, if anyone's doing too much, we give feedback to the outfit. Maybe someone has to be pulled out.
I take it after training then there's a recovery period. How's that monitored?
Yeah, after training we're generally the girls would have an ice bath just to try and flush out any lactic acid that's maybe built up. We have a lot of different recovery methods that we use as well, depending on where we are. If there's a pool in the hotel or close by, we'll use a pool session to try and again flush out any lactic acid. We also use methods like foam rolling, so a bit of self-myofascial release, where the girls can use the foam rollers to basically any knots or adhesions that have built up, any tight muscles, just to basically loosen them, bring the muscle fibres back into alignment, as well as a bit of stretching and general mobility. And then maybe sort of later on in the week, we'll maybe think about using massage and stuff with the physio. We'll sometimes bring some sports masseuses in to help out with the physio.
Okay, and lastly, obviously 2 games coming up in a very short space of time. What effect does that have on you guys? Does it make a difference in what you do and how you do it?
Well, totally, yeah. The girls have come off actually quite a few games in their domestic season there recently with cup games and league games, so a big emphasis really for us now is to try and keep them as fresh as possible. And that means.
Okay, Johnny, Josh, thanks very much.